Hello, everybody. It's my privilege to introduce to you, all the way from the south side of Chicago, the man, the myth, the legend, my Theo, your brother, the Southside Unicorn.
Hey, everybody, that's right. It's Ken White, host of the Southside Unicorn Show. It is Wednesday. That means it is Hump Day. I love saying that. It's always brought me joy, and it still will continue to bring me joy. But we got some humps we got to get over in the next few weeks, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be discussing that throughout the days. But, today's show is titled, Give a Dollar, Give a Damn. If you listened earlier today, I appeared on my friend Mike's show, and so expand on that. Today we'll be talking about, how the media treated Mike Lindell. We'll be giving out a shout out of love to some very special people here in Redlands, California, and in other areas. But the Wings of Hope Hospice, Inc. We'll be giving a little shout out and an explanation on that throughout the show. We'll also be discussing TurboTax, so that you can get your cell phone over there and get your taxes done so you don't miss that $1,200. We'll be doing a discussion on how to relax with me during this show. I'm going to give up believe it or not, I'm going to give up my Pokemon address, and I'm going to give up my Big Fish Casino address. That way we can still shelter in place but not lose our ability to socialize with one another. Feel free to use those numbers and just jump on with me, and let's interact throughout the weekend, shall we? Let's get started with the show. Earlier today, I was on my Brother from Another Mother's show, Mike the Best Closer. If you've been following me, you understand that, things are a little rough, but they're rough for everybody. It's not an exclusive situation. But for yours truly, it's getting pretty bleak, ladies and gentlemen. And so, honestly, if you can donate anything, I'm going to ask you to do that, because every aspect of productive resources for me has been evaporated by this COVID-19 situation. I'll give you a brief explanation as to why you see me canvassing for donations so heavily. I joined the United States Air Force at age 17. To get up out of Chicago, basically. I was in the Gifted Children's Program. It was called the Greater Chicago Area Program for Gifted Children. But that really don't mean much when you're on the mean streets of Chicago and you got disciples and Elrukins, thieves, killers, everything. And, unfortunately, I fell within the bullseye of some of that stuff, because as a young black male in Chicago, something gonna be looking at you. So when I graduated school at age 16, which was pretty quick, I looked at my mama and I told her, I said, Mama, I got to get up out of here. So will you please sign here, sign here, sign here? And she was like, boy, what am I signing? And I'm like, you signing permission for me to go into the United States Air Force, because, I'm a little bit on the young side, so they're not going to come get me now. It's called the Delayed Entry Program. My mama was like, boy, ain't nobody want you in no military. Okay, I'll sign it. And time went by. And then November 17th came the time for me to go to the MEP station, and swear in. So I'm saying that to say, ever since the age of 17, I've been on my own. I went out into this world with my eyes wide and ready to handle business, because my grandfather, Zilman White, Zilmon, Zilman White, when I had the privilege of being around him and listening to him talk, he taught me that this world didn't owe me anything. I was supposed to play by the rules, work hard, and get her done. And that's what I did. Went into the Air Force, became a law enforcement specialist. I got my 9 APRs, Back in those days, the highest rating you could get in the Air Force was a 9. I was getting those. Every time my airman performance rating came around, it was a 9 straight down the line. No, I got an 8 on one spot one time, and it really bothered me. But I got 9s all the time. And then I became a civilian sworn peace officer. Did that. Became a prisoner transport officer. Did that. I even went on with one of the most prestigious private investigation firms in the world, West Coast Private Detectives. Excelled there, did great, got a triple citation, the whole 9 yards. And as life progressed on and on and on, I found myself involved in some of the most elite events with some of the most high-profile people you could imagine. I mean, we're talking, Oscars, Grammys, Milken Group. I could go on and on and on. And one day, I made a fateful decision. I made it, and when I made that decision, I knew what I was doing, and I said, okay, I just got to be okay with this. I allowed a certain situation to go down at a time when people hated President Trump with a passion. I can't tell you how much they hated that man back in the early days. The night he won, people play that video all the time. I could play it right now, but I won't. When they thought that he was going to lose, and then all the reports came in that looked like Donald J. Trump was the president of the United States. I mean, come on, people crying in the streets. Madonna talking about, I have dreamed often of blowing up the White House. She should have been hauled off to jail right then and there, but she wasn't. So Hollywood and Beverly Hills and all these places with these so-called beautiful people got quite ugly. And so the decision that I made to do a particular thing, it was finally figured out that I was the one that did it. And I became excommunicado from an industry that I had been in all my life. Joined the United States Air Force back in 1982. So I've been wearing a badge and a gun all my life in one form or another. And the phones stopped ringing. When you are taking business hand over fist, because you're good at what you do, you've made a reputation for yourself, you've been in the industry for over 25 years with some of the most excellent client lists anybody's ever seen, of course your phone's going to be jumping off the hook. But not after what I did. And so it was an immediate stoppage of my funding, of my monies. Now, AOC says she doesn't understand the concept of bootstraps. That you can't pick yourself up from your bootstraps. Well, those of us that are Christian, conservative, Republicans, we totally understand what that means. It's called self-reliance, self-sufficiency. I don't play that, the white man is keeping me down game. I don't do any of that. Put my boots on. So let me explain to you, AOC, the true meaning of lift yourself up by your bootstraps, okay? What it means is you're not going to magically grab the loops of your boots and go flying in the air. No. What it means is, because back in the day, back in the hard times of America, I guess you want to call it the Wild Wild West or whatever, but these are the people who made us. And they were tough, hard people. In the mornings, when you got up out of your bed, you put your boots on. You got up by your bootstraps. That's what lifting yourself up by your bootstraps means. It means get up and hustle, young AOC. So, okay, fine. I'm excommunicado from the heavens, the clouds that I used to walk in. I was undaunted. I went ahead and rebuilt myself a new type of client list in my own local community. I picked up the restaurants. I picked up the bars. Okay, sure, it wasn't Target retail stores. It wasn't, Walmart or Big Five Sporting Goods anymore that I was used to having. These are major, mega corporations that are new to people who push those buttons. But now I got good, solid, decent clients. And I was like, thank you, Lord God. I'm making some money again. I'm back in the game. And then COVID-19 hit. I just barely started catching my breath. Then COVID-19 hit. And all I got was phone calls. We're going to be shutting down. It looks like they're, telling us to close up. We're not going to be in business for a while. But hey, you hang in there, and when we come back, we'll be looking for you, okay? So I went from not 0 to 60, but 60 to 0. And so my good brother Mike, on Mike the Best Closer, brought me on his show today and allowed me to canvas for help with his people. And I'm canvassing for help with you all too. And this is what I came up with because I submitted it to prayer. Mike, need some help. But Lord God, tell me what to say. Tell me what to do. And what it came up with is a program called Give a Dollar, Give a Damn. Hashtag Give a Dollar, Give a Damn. And what I mean by that is this. Bloomberg, when he realized that being a billionaire isn't how President Trump won the presidency, when he realized it took more than that, he finally suspended his campaign. And then he said, with all those people he hired, I'm going to put you out there to work on the internet. I'm going to put you out there to support the Democrat doctrine. So he's got hundreds of people that he has paid to go into the internet, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. They out there and they're disseminating their stuff to all the masses. And Bloomberg is footing the bill for that. Don't be fooled by Facebook. Facebook claims that they're trying to now find citizen journalists. And they have dedicated $50 million to paying young people to be quote unquote citizen journalists. The ones that are out there calling themselves the fact-finding organizations that are getting us banned from Facebook. Now comes Google. Google's offering up Chrome tablets, the whole 9 yards. Ladies and gentlemen, they're taking care of theirs. At the same time, they're demonetizing yours. You have these truth warriors out there, and we're speaking truth to the issues, and guess what happens? The same thing they did to Mike the Best Closer. I watched it in shock as they took one platform or cut off his show. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on a roll. I do not want to miss these station breaks. We'll continue this on the other side of the break. Stay with me, please. Go nowhere.
Hi, Joy Villa here, reminding you to tune in to the Southside Unicorn Show, hosted by my friend Ken White.
Hey, it's Ken White. We're back with the second segment of the Southside Unicorn Show. And as I was saying in the first segment, the left has they together. I may not like the things they do. I may not like how they're trying to get down and basically destroy our country. But you got to give credit where credit is due. They got they together. They are monetizing their people. They're motivating their people. They're mobilizing their people. And they're pushing dead at us. Now, I know that we have this, we must be independent. We don't ask for help. That's part of a doctrine, and it's true. But as I said on my brother from another mother's show, Mike, the Best Closer, he said, this is war, ladies and gentlemen. This is war. And if you don't think it is, you're going to get blindsided. It's going to hit you so fast, you're going to be, pop, whoa, what happened? You better put your boots on. Stand straight up, soldier. And understand what this is. Now I'm going to use a little bit of history to make my point. When this nation was founded, it was founded and protected by patriots. Some of them even called themselves the Minutemen, because they'd be ready in a minute with their various weapons of black powder, muskets, whatever you want to call it, because the carbine rifle was not invented yet, was it? You got Paul Revere running around, and actually, people don't understand, there was more than just Paul Revere, the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. There was more than just him. And there were people running around saying, the British are coming. The British are coming. Well, that's who we are now, ladies and gentlemen. Mike, the best closer. Myself, many others, Joy Villa, Chili and Pepper, Lexit, Blexit, everybody. The British are coming. Now, those people couldn't get it done by themselves. It took the people of the country to give a damn. And so, Betsy Ross, she would sew together one of our first flags. The citizens would give up their coins or their silver or what have you so that the fighters could fight. As they said, we pledge our lives and our fortunes to the same. We cannot be paralyzed in this time, ladies and gentlemen. So in a way, please don't think that I'm asking for a handout. Not. And I'm not asking for just myself. That's what the program is exactly about. Give a dollar, give a damn. I'm asking all patriotic, all, and I mean it. If you're hearing my voice, don't you let this slide by and think I'm not talking about you. I'm asking all patriotic Americans. If you have it, if you don't, totally understand. Support by clicking, liking, sharing, spreading the word, praying for us. But if you have the resource of a $20 bill, trust me on this, how dynamic this is going to be. I want you to look at that $20 bill. And I then want you to go through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever. And you find yourself 20 truth warriors. Not wobblers. Rock-ribbed, unmovable, unshakable, Christian. Well, actually, take the Christian part out of it. All faiths and denominations. But you have to be a patriot. You have to defend and respect the Constitution of the United States of America and support this president. You look for 20 people like that who have it on their page, whether it be Patreon, PayPal, what's that other thing that everybody uses? Venmo. If they're asking for help, you pick 20 and you take that $20 bill and you give each one of them $1. That's all you got to do. On the left, they use a lot of African proverbs, one of which I've heard, which it applies to everybody. It doesn't just belong to them. Many hands make for easy lifting. There are some who have made some donations and they're pretty good. And it's like, you see them out there with the major talking heads. They're getting $1,000 donations and all that. Those are awesome. Those are absolutely kick butt. But that's at the top of the ocean. That's at the top. There are those in the middle, at the bottom, just starting out or whatever. There are many voices. Don't let the oxygen get sucked out of the room. And I mean that. I'm not in in a negative, disparaging way, but I'm being quite honest. Don't let the oxygen get sucked out of the room, and then you only got so many people speaking to the issues. In a tactical situation, in a war, you want as many hands on deck as you can possibly get. And so $20 and give each one of them $1. Hashtag give a dollar, give a damn. And watch what will happen. We need to do for our people the exact same thing the left is doing for their people. As I said in the first segment, and I got kind of segued with it, I watched as Mike, the best closer, was putting out awesome shows. His shows are just on fleek, as the kids say, on fleek. And I would watch, Periscope, cut him off, There are people listening, those social warriors from the left, those fascist fools that are working for the enemy, basically. And they would cut his show off in midstream. He'd go over to YouTube. YouTube would demonetize his show. You got Al Jazeera. You got Al Qaeda. You got all this stuff on those same platforms, and they getting monetized. The only people that ain't making no money right now, ladies and gentlemen, are your warriors, your truth warriors, those who stand in the breach and are willing to say, I will stand here. I will speak to the issues. Despite what comes, I'll do it. You cannot just sit back and watch us fade out one at a time. This, ladies and gentlemen, has happened in history once before. The old poem, they came for the baker, but I wasn't a baker, so I didn't care. They came for the teachers, but I wasn't a teacher, so I didn't care. Well, it's happening all over again, ladies and gentlemen. As Dennis Prager says, there's three types of people. There's the fighters, there's those who support the fighters, and then there's those that just sit around and do nothing. We can't afford that scenario, ladies and gentlemen. This situation, whether it be by accident, nature, or contrivance, this is for all the marbles. This is the real deal. And we either stand together, or we're going to fall apart. World War II. Families didn't eat meat. Women didn't wear silk stockings because, see, that silk needed to be used for parachutes so that our soldiers could go overseas and handle business. Now, in the face of war changes throughout the decades, throughout the centuries. We went from the trebuchet to Tumblr. We went from, the Bailey Wicket to Wikipedia. The battlefield changes, ladies and gentlemen, but it's still a war all the same. And you have to improvise, modify, and adapt. Adapt to the situation you find yourself in. Improvise the way you get, that situation handled so that the ultimate goal, which is survival, is what we do. Hashtag give a dollar, give a damn. I'm hoping that you'll do it. I'm hoping that you'll look on my page, pick me as one, and pick 19 others. I'm not asking just for myself. I understand what this is all about. And you're going to have to help. There are some of you out there, you have the resources. You're sheltering in place, and you could do it for an entire year, and it wouldn't faze you. Take a $20 bill. Pick 20 truth warriors. And just send $1. If for no other reason, in this strange time we find ourselves, when that dollar hits their screen, you got money, or however it, translates into notification, it's not really $1. It shows that you give a damn. Being silent right now, ladies and gentlemen, is a crime against humanity. So I'm going to finish off and say it again. Don't think I'm not talking about you. I'm talking specifically about you. Be motivated in your heart. Be motivated in your actions. And start showing support on a magnanimous level, on a crazy, stupid level. That's how we're going to win. That's how we're going to beat this back. There are people out here that this whole process was designed to destroy. When I think about COVID-19, I almost want to say COVID-19 is a Democrat. It doesn't like churches. It doesn't like the Constitution. It doesn't like that people want to work for their money. It's trying to give you free money. COVID-19 sounds like a socialist dream come true. We're going to have to survive more than the advent of the virus. I'm not saying that the virus isn't real. It's very real. Listen to the CDC.gov. Get your information about how to deal with COVID from them. Don't be listening to all this stuff out there You know, the president seems to be on tip about what he's doing, and that's why they want to shut him up, obviously. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, give a dollar, give a damn, okay? Now, that's enough on that. If it's in your heart, if you understand where we are, if you can look out your window as you drive down the road that's almost empty, give a dollar, give a damn. Or this gets worse from here. It really does. Now, the president's doing his COVID-19 meetings, which he's supposed to do. He's literally killing the left at their own game. They want to try to say they hoped that he would just be quiet and give them enough elbow room to lie. That he would only make press conferences, say, maybe once a week. Maybe once every 2 weeks. Nah. This man is on it every day. 2 hours a day even. And he's like, hey, any more questions? Anybody got something else to do? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that scene in the movie Troy when Achilles took Homeboy out. Just, you know, he didn't even waste his time. He just ran towards him. Homeboy threw the spear at him. Achilles ducked the spear. You know what I'm saying? And then Achilles kind of like used this man's leg as a way up. He climbed up the dude, just kind of politely poked him in the back of the neck and kept on walking past him because he knew he had handled him, just like Iron Man did with that tank. But he knew he had handled him. And he walked up to the army that was frozen and astonished that one of their greatest, their biggest, their baddest just got handled like that. And he looked at that army and he said, is there no one else? Is there no one else? That's Trump with his COVID-19 meetings every day. He's wearing them out. They don't not just want to end his COVID meetings because they don't want to give him the limelight. They don't want to show up every day. They didn't expect this man to have that much energy. And then you got Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell is the epitome of what I'm talking about when it comes to America. You remember the silk stockings? Remember the no eating meat and how everybody pitched in to make it happen? Well, that's who Mike Lindell is. And the only reason the left hates him is because he represents everything that they are not. Was he addicted on drugs? Yes, he was, but he got off of them. How many reporters have we seen in hotels in the last 2 years found dead with drugs? They hate Mike Lindell because he's the proof that God is God all by himself and he's the Redeemer God. That's what that's all about. Hey, guess what? It's time for another station break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Was the whale.
Yes.
Well, people talk about, leading up to this, people been talking about how there's so many candidates on stage. It's like kind of a combination of speed dating and a first date. This is the first debate. Who gets, do you think, by the Democratic voters, who gets asked back for a second date here?
I think Elizabeth Warren gets asked back.
I think so too. I think she knocked it out of the park.
I think she knocked it out of the park. I think Julian Castro did a phenomenal job. And
well, your Spanish accent is really good in saying his name. You sound
really
like Beto O'Rourke right there.
Yeah.
It's really.
Hey, it's Ken White, Southside Unicorn Show, and we are back with the third segment of today's show, Give a Dollar, Give a Damn. You know, I love putting music into the show. That's a part of the entertainment factor of the show. You know, I hope I'm part of that factor too. I hope you're glued right to your device, whether it be your phone, whether it be, you know, your computer, what have you. And I hope you're just listening to my voice. You know, because a lot of people, they always say, well, why don't you have video and whatnot? Ha-ha! That's the fun part of the Southside Unicorn Show. You got to catch all the sides of the meaning of this show. I want you to hear my voice. Because faith comes by what? That's right, hearing. You don't need to see my face. You know what I look like. If you catch the sighting of the unicorn, you know what I look like. You know, as I move through my community, and I'm so honored that a lot of people are really starting to catch up with it. You know, because I'm gonna post it up to prove it to you. This show is heard in Azerbaijan. This show is heard in England. This show is heard in the PI, the Philippine Islands. This show is heard in London. I mean, only 70% of it is here in the United States of America. 30% of this show is nationwide. A correction, worldwide. I want you to hear what I'm saying. I want you to hear what the guests are saying. You know, modern technology, all that stuff, you know, the video and all that. Nah, I'll pass. But I want to play a song for you all, as I often do. It's Haiti's song called Stranger in This Land.
I told the truth, but I was cut out. I told the truth, but I was shut out. Oh, I kept quiet, things got real hazy. I screamed and they called me crazy. When it's wrong, they say it's right. Then they wanna fight. Then they wanna change all the rules they want to win. They just wanna win. Then they tear it all apart, make a brand new start, break it down again. They just wanna win. They just wanna win. Drifting, falling, looking for some ground. Spinning, calling, nowhere safe or sound. No. When it's wrong, you say it's right. Sacred is the fight. Take away our rights. Use like it's corrupt, then win. Corrupt, then win. Consequences, they'll be damned. Distant will be banned. I'm a stranger, I'm a stranger, I'm a stranger in this land. A stranger in this land. Drifting, falling, looking for some ground. Whoa. Spinning, calling, nowhere safe or sound. No. Drifting, falling, looking for some ground. Whoa. Spinning, calling, nowhere safe or sound. No. Just tell the truth, yes, we'll be cut out. Just tell the truth, yes, we'll be shut out. It's worth it when they call you crazy. Well, pray and seek the most amazing one. His kingdom come.
That's a Stranger in This Land from Haiti. You know, I love to do music, and especially for my man Toot Sweet. We'll be playing some of his music a little bit later on too, I think, if we can. Now, look, everybody's worried about this $1,200. How am I going to get my $1,200? Am I going to get my $1,200? Do I not get it because, you know, this, that, or the other thing? Let me slip this in here real quick. You have until April the 4th to use the free services of TurboTax, and that's if you made under $69,000. Just go ahead and go over to TurboTax, Fill out your 2019. They're making it painfully easy, ladies and gentlemen. It's not even the full form. It's just basically, here I is. Here's how you get a hold of me. Drop me my money. So get on over there to TurboTax if you need that kind of help. You're good till April 4th. After that, you're going to have to pay something. So while it's free, get on over there and use TurboTax. Get your 2019 done, if nothing else, so they know how to find you and get that money to you, okay? Some people are already on Facebook talking about how you're going to spend the money. But for the grace of God, there go I. It's something my mama taught me. And it had its application in my life in many different ways. Because there were times that I'm on top. I mean, the world is mine. Ice Cube is in the blimp, and my name is on it. And I saw somebody go by me that wasn't doing so good. And it's like, but for the grace of God, there go I. I remember in my lean years of first getting out of the military and waiting, on my test to come back from the various police departments that I was applying for, times were kind of lean. So here I am in a car that's got a leak in it when it rains, and this brother rolls up, next to me in a BMW. I didn't hate on him. I was like, Lord God, when is my day going to come? And that day did come. Now, I said that to say this. You got people on Facebook and stuff talking about what they're going to do with their $1,200 and all that. And I read somebody say, oh, that's nothing but a day's pay for me, so I guess I'll just go out and buy some more ammo. Wow. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Give a dollar, give a damn. If that money means nothing to him on that level, and I'm happy for him, don't get me wrong, then instead of you using a $20 bill, why don't you go ahead and take $200 and still pick 20 truth warriors and send them a little love message of, I give a damn. I see you. I see you out there spitting that word to people who are so petty, who are so trite. They're going to dox you and find out everything about you, and they're going to mess up your livelihood. Hell, they might even come and knock on your door saying that they just want to talk. I see you out there. So here, take this money, and I hope it gets you a little further down the road with that. Because, ladies and gentlemen, have no doubt, if we don't stand up right here, right now, this is going to get worse. So support your fighters, okay? Get those taxes done so you can get your $1,200. Hell, use some of it to donate to a truth warrior. Why don't you? Here and I call it, COVID-fornia, COVIDFORNIA, COVID-fornia, because sadly we have the issue and we got a lot of it going on. We got basically almost a hotspot right here next to me, less than 12 miles away from me, ladies and gentlemen. Yucaipa, California has a lot of COVID situations. So I'm not making light of it, but that's just a, hashtag that I'm going to use for this show when I, put it out there for you. COVID-fornia. Well, Gil Garcetti is over there saying he's marshaling all the resources, marshaling all the people and talent to address COVID-19. And all he mentioned was AARP, the Association of America for Retired People or whatever. And that struck me wrong. It struck Don Dix wrong too. A friend of mine on his show, he mentioned it. I was going to mention it, but he basically came out before my show did. But we were thinking on the same line, which is, this is for the good of the people? You're the mayor of the city for the people, and the only one you enlisted, who obviously I'm sure they're getting some type of logistical support in the form of funding somehow, is AARP. He didn't mention one time the Association of Mature American Citizens, AMAC. AMAC is the counterpart to AARP, except they support more conservative, more faith-based agendas. He didn't mention them one time, y'all. But he's in charge of the purse strings, okay? You got to get this. So there sits AMAC on the sidelines during a COVID pandemic. The only person or the only entity Gil Garcetti could think of to enlist for help was AARP. Nah. Both organizations should have been at the table, because what that's basically saying is to any other seniors out there who have a different belief system than the left, well, you either believe like we believe, because here's AARP, we got some help for you, they got you covered, but you got to support them. Because if you support AMAC, if you have a different viewpoint than us, and I'm the mayor in charge of this money, well then, sorry about your luck. If that doesn't bring it to home, ladies and gentlemen, if that doesn't make my point, they're demonetizing us. They're literally using financial stability as a weapon of control against those who would not be controlled, which is a patriotic, God-fearing American independent. This thing is targeted directly to us. That's why the governor tried to get rid of the gig economy. That's why he tried to get rid of independent contractors. Because we're independent. We don't need them. And so they're showing us that they don't need us. Got to get this figured out, ladies and gentlemen. What part of the war are you going to be in? Are you a truth warrior yourself? Do you have some that you listen to, or make sure that when you get home, you read their memes, tweets, their show? Then you need to be supporting them, if you can. Are you on the sidelines and say, man, I wish I could do more, but I don't have no money myself? Then make sure you're clicking, your thumb should be hurting. You should be clicking like so much. Boom, 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 boom. Sharing it so much. You can do that. You can say to yourself when you get home, because they said while we're sheltering in place, that we're supposed to come up with a schedule, that we're supposed to come up with things that keep us busy. Well, start becoming part of the army. Start sharing the works of the truth warriors. And say, okay, I'm going to dedicate a whole hour to this. Might get a little cray-cray, but I'm going to dedicate a whole hour to liking, sharing, retweeting, following them on their different pages, because that's, ladies and gentlemen, a form of monetization. Like for me, go on to Spreaker.com/user/Ken White. Go ahead and become a member. It's free. Follow me on that page. And that way when the show kicks out, you'll get an instant notification that it's coming out. And there's some monetization that happens from that. Don't waste your time with YouTube. Don't waste your time with Facebook. Because both of them contacted me and said, we recognize you as an influencer, but we ain't going to mess with you. Hey, I did it again. I'm a couple seconds over on that station break. We'll be right back after these messages. Go nowhere.
My name is Toot Sweet, and I'm New York City's original artist, singing for the cause of freedom. I've spent the last 10 years of my life documenting history through my music. It's like a recipe that's blessing me, bringing out the best of me, aggressively testing me to create my own destiny and understanding, universally accepting adversity and learn more lessons in life than you'll learn in any. And when I'm in need of a dose of reality to escape the liberal land of make-believe, I tune in to the Southside Unicorn, where the truth is as solid as New York City concrete. My name is Toot Sweet, and you're listening to my friend Ken White on the Southside Unicorn, and this party is just getting started.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Josh from Art Trio. You go check me out on YouTube. I discuss 3 topics 3 times a week. You are listening to my friend Ken White on the Southside Unicorn Show. Let's go.
Hey, it's Ken White, the host of the Southside Unicorn Show. It is the fourth segment, and that's what's got me a little bit delayed right now. I cannot believe how fast this show goes. I hope you're enjoying it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do a lot more informative and entertaining type stuff. You know, like they say, the 4 rules of doing a show is you got to be entertaining, be informative, be uplifting, and be provocative. Well, provocative is just who I am, because I'm going to speak the truth. I say things that most people know they're thinking, they just won't say it. And that's okay. That's what you got me for. That's what you got the other truth warriors for. That's what you got all the other luminaries for that are out there. We're handling our part of this. Put it this way. If speaking to the issues wasn't so important, why do you think Pravda exists? Why do you think that Cuba controls its media so heavily? Why do you think the Japanese used Tokyo Rose? Being a medium, being a speaker is a very important and a sacred role in history. When you step up to the mic, you got to understand you stepping up to everything, and we do. And that's why we're here. That's what we, do this for. Now, I want to send a shout out to some awesome people that are on my Instagram page. I watch them, because you get all kind of people that come onto your different pages and whatnot. Now, I'm not just trying to collect people. There are some that do that, they collect people. No, the people that are attached to me in any kind of way, whether it be my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I could go on naming all the different platforms. I take each and every association very seriously. I thank you all for the followings, the friendings, the postings, the likes. It all means so much. And there's a person, Lilybeth. She's on my Instagram page from Wings of Hope Hospice Incorporated here in Redlands, California. I watch, and one day I was in deep prayer about what's going on with us and our country. And my eye just turned to them on my page, and I clicked and took a deeper, closer look. It's a hospice, and that's where people, who are dealing with some very serious issues are at. I just want to promote what they're about, because as our president said, we're going to be entertaining some pretty rough stuff going forward over the next few weeks. A place like this, Wings of Hope Hospice Incorporated, they need help. They need volunteers of all kinds to help with what they're doing. I want to just read a little bit of it, so bear with me, okay? They want you to live life comfortably. It's a hospice and palliative care, hospice. And let me just read. Hospice care neither prolongs life nor hastens death. Rather, it focuses on the palliation of a terminally ill patient's symptoms, including spiritual, physical, and emotional. It's a special concept of care designed to provide comfort and support to patients and their families when a life-limiting illness no longer responds to cure-oriented treatments. What's the goal? They say, our goal is to enrich the quality of life as it journeys towards its completion by providing and restoring comfort and dignity while remaining sensitive to personal, cultural, and religious values, beliefs, and practices. What's their mission? They say, our mission at Wings of Hope Hospice is to treat each individual as more than a patient. We consider each one as family and customize our care accordingly. We make sure that their needs are met accordingly with the best possible care, with the most effective use of resources and compliance with applicable regulations and ethical standards. What services do they offer? Pain and symptom management, spiritual support as requested by patients and families, coordination of medical equipment and medications related to terminal illness, regular visits by hospice RNs, LVNs, and aides to provide additional training, personal care, and attention. They offer trained volunteers who provide companionship, assistance, and support. They do psychological support for patients and their families, aromatherapy, massage, music, and pet therapy. They need volunteers. They say volunteers are needed. For patients and family services, they need volunteers for office services, and they need volunteers for bereavement services. Bereavement services reads like this: offer emotional support, companionship, and other services that support the bereaved family, caregivers, and other significant family members. That's Wings of Hope Hospice here in Redlands, California. If you want to get in touch with them, I could read some of the accolades that are going on. They have a lot of letters from family members who have dealt with them. And here's one I'll read from Velda and family, the daughter. This was written, and she says, our hospice nurse, Lilibeth, was amazing. She was supporting and loving to everyone. We appreciate everything she did for our mom and us. Thank you, Lilibeth. I can feel that when I see what you're doing, when I see the works. So I just wanted to give a loving shout out to you all, because in these trying times that we're in right now, I can only imagine that your efforts are doubled, that this thing is really hitting close to home for you all. And in keeping with what I'm trying to impart on all of us, Lilibeth, I just want you to know we give a damn, okay? We see you. Maybe somebody will volunteer from hearing this. Let me give you the way you want to contact them. If you want to get involved with Wings of Hope Hospice, you can go on their internet, which is info@wingsofhope.care. That's info@wingsofhope.care. info@wingsofhope.care. Their phone number is 909-307-0089. So yeah, let's look for ways to be there for each other. Let's look for ways to love on each other. Let's look for ways to support each other. Let's remind ourselves that we must think ourselves happy. Don't let the dystopia, or should I say, as I call them, the dystopic necromancy cult, aka the DNC, don't let them bring you down. Don't let them show you the disregard of human bodies on forklifts. You could do better than that. I just showed you an organization that is tailor-made to retain what? The dignity of life. Not in New York. They're putting people on forklifts, and that's not because they have to. Trust me, it's not that bad. That's for optics, to try to wear us out and wear us down. Don't let it work. Let's look to each other. Let's look for each other. If you can, like, share, tweet, retweet this show. Also, hey, go check out Brothers of America. They've been around for a long time. It's a dormant organization because of lack of public funding. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. Our military is going to be the military. They're going to fight wars. And let's pray that they stay healthy when we see naval ships trying to dock to get sailors off the ship. And the media is happy to say, oh, there's weapons on board that ship. There's planes on board that ship. And there won't be very many soldiers anymore. Whose side are you on? This is going to fall into the hands of the American citizen ourselves. And don't forget, that's not everybody. Everybody. We could easily have 60 million people amongst us who don't give a damn which way this goes. But those of us who are Americans, those of us who feel it deep down in our souls that that's who we are, it is time to give a dollar and give a damn. That's the only. Look at what they've done. They've demonetized America with this shutdown. This is all by design, y'all. They realized that come November of 2020, there's no way they're going to stop this man. And many of them are on their way to jail. Let's hope that they still are. But as I said, whether this is by accident, Mother Nature, or contrivance, COVID-19 comes along at a very opportune time. And there are those amongst us who are not letting one drop of it get away. Because as Saul Alinsky taught them, never let a good crisis go to waste. So Americans, calling you to order, asking you to not be complacent, not just say, oh, well, yeah, I don't know. Get this show out there. Get them $20 bills in your hand. Pick 20 truth warriors and start sending. I'm serious. Because if we don't, ladies and gentlemen, we are I don't know what to tell you. We're going to be in a world of hurt. And that shouldn't happen. The president is up there fighting the best fight I've ever seen anybody. He needs us. When these stimulus monies come out, I'm thinking that he's gambling that the ingenuity of America, the spirit of America, is going to carry us through. Those of you that are going to get monies for your businesses and whatnot, take care of your employees. Those of you who have children out there and you might not be necessarily getting along with baby mama, baby daddy, you guys work that out and don't prolong it or strangle it up in any fighting and argument over who going to get the $500. Get it in the hands of your children. Don't be squabbling over it. Don't be tripping. We're way beyond that time. We're way past that, y'all. So I don't know, how to say it other than we'll be doing, Friday show pretty quick here. Friday's coming up all, pretty fast. Tomorrow's Thursday. Hope you're here. Hope you spread the word. We'll have a lot of fun, a lot of convo to do. You got my Pokemon. Oh, no, you don't. You don't have it. Hold on. Whoa. While we got a few minutes left in this show. My Big Fish Casino account code number is 618-33740. I'll do the Pokemon code on Friday, and I'm not going to put it down in writing. The only way you're going to get this code is if you're listening to the show. So, yeah, Big Fish Casino, my player code is 618-33740. Hope to see you there. Roulette is my favorite game, where we can do some blackjack, some poker. There is no real money involved. It's just a game. It's a simulated version of gambling. So there's no money involved in it. Don't worry. But it is a chance for us to all sit down and visit and have some fun together. That's what I'm offering it out there for, So if you have any suggestions, any comments, any truth warriors that you know that are asking for monetization, that are asking for help, please list them on the show. Please respond and go on to any of the various sites, whether it be Twitter, Spreaker, iHeart, whatever. Go into one of the platforms and put their name up so that those who are inclined to help can see them and let them know that we give a damn. Ladies and gentlemen, if we've ever needed each other, we need each other now. I want to close by saying thank you for sharing this time with me. There's no place I'd rather be, nothing more I'd rather do than being right here doing this show for you. This is Ken White, host of the Southside Unicorn Show, and we are out.